So something I've been doing since about March, I started doing it during Lent, was giving gift bags out to the homeless. So these are some things that I put in the gift bags. I wanted to share this with everyone in case you want to start doing this in your community as well. In honor of it being winter, it's probably one of the roughest months for the homeless. So doing things like this can really be life or death for some people. So I really encourage everyone to try to do this. It's very simple. You don't need to have a lot of money to do it. A lot of the stuff you can get at the dollar store, but it can make a huge impact in somebody's week. So without further ado, let's go into what is in my gift bag. Okay, starting off, I always put 2 waters in them for hydration. Everybody needs hydration. That one is very important. Now, since it is winter, I've been adding a scarf. So I just have a scarf like this. It's pretty long. Nice normal scarf. I got these on Amazon, not expensive. Some gloves, obviously for hand warmth. Going with the hand warmth, I also have thrown in here, let me just take some stuff out so I can actually do this in a nice order. Here they are. I think there's 3 packs and they each have 2 in them of hand warmers. These are very, very, very nice to have. And then on the same warmth, I put in, 2 pairs of gloves. So there's 2 pairs of gloves in there. And then I did 2 pairs of socks. Socks are one of the most asked for items in homeless shelters, so always throw those in your bags. So these are these emergency blankets. They're actually used for camping. I found them on Amazon and they're very lightweight and in these small packets, but they can insulate the body and keep the body heat in. So I put 2 of these in the bag. Then I also put some of these body wipes. This is great for just cleaning, personal hygiene. I like to do wipes over toilet paper or anything like that because a lot of the time they don't have access to water. So this is an easy way to kind of clean your body and you don't have to worry about having water. And you don't have to use the drinking water. Then I put in 2 toothbrushes that have a little toothpaste with them. I always throw in nail clippers because that's something people might not think about, but everyone should be able to kind of clip their nails and have personal hygiene. So this is something I always add. And then I add a ton, there's a bunch in here, of Band-Aids. I add antibiotic ointment with the Band-Aids. And I have like a bunch of packs. All this stuff, once again, I just got on Amazon. Then we go into the food bag, which most of it I got at Aldi, some of it I got at Target. When it comes to giving food, one, you want things that aren't going to go bad so they can have them for longer terms. You want high calorie things and always put in some type of softer food because a lot of people who are homeless, you have dental issues, so they might not be able to chew. So you want to put in some softer food items as well. So on that note, the softer food items I always do is just applesauce. I feel like that's super simple. So I did these little squeezable packs. Then I did trail mix. I did 2 different kinds of trail mix. I did beef jerky sticks, 2 of those. I did a pack of raisins. I did 2 of these Nutri-Grain bars. 3 different kinds of electrolytes. Hydration is huge, so make sure you're including some type of electrolytes. It can make their water go a lot longer because a lot of the time they don't have access to water, so this is something simple they can add into their water. Then I did 3 different kinds of protein bars. So these are all pretty high calorie, and I just did 3 different kinds of those. So that's all the food. And I like to put the food in a separate little Ziploc bag. That way it's not included with everything else and it's separate. That way also if they are kind of traveling, moving around, this is an easy thing to kind of grab and bring with them. So then I put everything in these little drawstring bags. So let's just package everything back up. I've been doing this, like I said, since March. I started during Lent. For those of you who don't know, Lent is a time where you're supposed to either kind of sacrifice something or do good for others. So growing up, I would always give up like chocolate, different desserts, things like that. But as I became an adult, that kind of felt more like a diet type thing, which that would be rewarding myself at the end of the day. And I wanted to do something to kind of help other people. So I came up with this. In the beginning, I was funding everything for the bags myself. Now I have a lot of people who donate, which, speaking of, my friend actually just donated these little lotions. So I'm actually gonna add 2 of these as well to the bag. Which the donations have helped greatly. That's how I've been able to do this since March. And I try to make a few bags a week. I have been slacking. I haven't made any in probably the past 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get back into it, especially because it is winter. And I know people really need this stuff. So I'm going to try to get back on it. These are the 2 lotions, Jasmine and Peach, little hand lotions. I give these out solely myself. I've started giving some to my boyfriend who's been helping me a lot and giving them out in his neighborhood because we live in different neighborhoods. That's probably the hardest part because I can really only carry 2 of these at a time. They're pretty heavy, but I want to make sure I can help out as many people as I possibly can. So if you're interested or you want to help in any way, I don't need any more donations at this time. I still have a lot of donation money because I've been kind of struggling keeping up with making the bags. but just feel free to reach out and we can kind of discuss different ways for you to get involved. But like I said, this is something that anyone can do in any community. It's so easy to give back. Simple bag, you can just make them at your home, go to the dollar store, grab a few things, and when you pass somebody, just give them out. I always kind of carry one with me, and then if I see someone, I just give them to them. And a lot of people have asked, they're like, why don't you film the process of giving the bags? I personally find it really offensive to kind of put a camera in a homeless person's face. They are not giving consent, and even if they are, they're not really of the right mind, and I find that should just be very disrespectful. So I will never film myself giving this to someone. No, I am giving them. I pass them out. I try to do weekly, and yeah, that really is it. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. But let's use this month to not just buy gifts, not just celebrate, but also give back to those around us. And that is all.